It is time for another episode of the About Mansfield Consumer Advice Series. Appreciate you being here today. I'm Steve Casillo, and right now, you're either watching the video on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, or you are listening to the podcast, probably with earbuds, and so talking right into your brain. Over here to our left, as we do every Friday, we bring in Phillip Washington Jr. Say hello to the Mansfieldians.
How's it going, Mansfieldians?
Hey, you know what? Today being Friday, December 22nd, let's say Merry Christmas, Mansfieldians.
Merry Christmas, Mansfieldians.
Or Happy Holidays to those who have different beliefs.
Yeah. Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas. I don't even know the other ones, but
Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and
what's Islam? Does Islam celebrate anything?
Don't.
Well, no. Yeah, no. Listen, yeah, they are included in the world of spiritual love, despite, we won't even go there on this podcast.
Should we get into our topic?
Let's get into the topic.
All right, good segue. The benefits of reviewing your financial and estate plan annually with your wealth management team. And I guess this really just boils down to staying focused.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great focuser because it's natural if you are confident and you feel good to want to keep energy at rest and want to stay where you are because you're comfortable, right? You're comfortable, you're confident, you feel good. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, But in order to get to the next level, there's a level of focus that is required to get there with the accuracy that you want to get there with, right? And so I like to use the example of I have a perfect partner for me and my personality because my wife came into the world knowing the details of exactly what she wanted in life, and I'm detailed in the specific silos that I nerd out on.
Yeah.
But most everything else in life, I'm just I'm easy. I'm easy. I don't. Details to me are not as important as feeling good, right? I prioritize my emotional state over everything, which is good, but it also, right? I need somebody in my life that helps me counterbalance and focus on the details, right? I'd just been living in a 800 square foot apartment still.
Oh yeah,
had it not been for my wife.
I was going to say that it sounds like you and I are married to the same woman, although we are married to the same type of woman who my wife will draw up calendars, or she will draw up spreadsheets, or just to stay focused. Me, it's like, it's Wednesday. Let's just go with the flow.
Yeah. And that balance is beautiful. So,
yeah.
And that's how I think about a good wealth management process is, like in the wealth management process, I think a lot of people perceive it as only details, right? Only math, and I'm like, no, a good process should feel good, right? Should make you feel confident, but also help you focus on the details. So I call it a focus, confident brainstorming session that feels good. And that's what a good wealth management process is supposed to feel like and what's supposed to do. Focus you in on your goals.
When you're focusing on your goals, and you talk about the wealth management team, so let's dig deeper into the team. Obviously, there is the wealth manager, but there are other entities that come into this, aren't there?
Absolutely. And so, and the other entities are various. So if it's definitely going to be your estate planning attorney. It's definitely going to be your CPA. If you own a business, you're going to have a business attorney and multiple ones for different areas in your business. Insurance agents are super critical and important, life and property and casualty in your wealth management team. And those are sort of your banker, right? Your bankers, super important these days. And then there's people that move in and out, right? If a lot of entrepreneurs these days are owning multiple businesses or investing multiple businesses and selling. So a business broker at some point. or an investment banker, depending on the size of the business, is going to be important. An outsourced CFO, right, is important. I mean, even like this is super niche and happening, but like the use of virtual assistants, for entrepreneurs, right? I have one for my team, Portia, who, I mean, they can handle like everything in your life.
Portia's awesome.
She is super awesome. And so that's super important for your wealth management team because it makes the quality of your life better.
I always thought that, wealth management team, there's probably 3 or 4 people. You probably named off a dozen types of people.
Yeah. And that's the cool part about the world that we live in. And what I really try and, the reason why I encourage people to have a good wealth management process and have your wealth manager as a quarterback is like, find somebody who knows your goals and what you're trying to do, and since we work with people that make money and do different things, like I'm exposed to all kinds of ideas around who people are working with, what their team looks like, what they want, and I'm able to, this is your niche specific path. I know somebody else who's doing it this way. Have you thought about doing this? And I never thought about it. Well, my benefit is, I'm looking at this all day long. And so I get to provide perspective that I think helps people.
In doing an annual meeting, the benefits of reviewing your financial plan, your estate plan annually, is it important or is it even necessary? You've got 10, 12 people on your wealth planning team. Is it important or necessary to bring in every one of those people into your meeting?
No, not every time, right? You're probably going to consistently, multiple times a year talk to your CPA and your wealth manager. Your attorney just depends on like how many transactions and deals you're doing. Your insurance agent you'll probably talk to annually for renewals and everything. I feel like everybody else on the team just moves in and out based on like what's going on, but the core is the wealth manager and the CPA, like the ones that are looking at the money.
Okay. I know there's, and you mentioned this on your podcast, Wealth Building Made Simple, a case study example, and I'm wondering if you can review that in the 2 or 3 minutes we have left.
Yeah. And so this is a cool idea. I had a client that we were looking at, they were getting ready to retire, and we were looking at their cash flow projection throughout retirement. And what stood out to them was the level of taxes they were going to have to pay on their pre-tax retirement accounts. And they were like, well, man, should I think about a Roth conversion? I heard about that. And I was like, that's an option, and it's a pretty smart option. But when we mathed it out, there's a lot of taxes to be paid on the conversion. And with you being a healthy person, right, you can just buy life insurance and put it in a trust and have life insurance pay the taxes or recoup the taxes you would have paid over your lifetime. And it probably would have been cheaper. Like, we don't sell life insurance, but I'm just saying, as a wealth manager, I'm aware of these strategies because it's what I look at every single day. Yeah. And that was an idea that, they loved and are going to implement. And it's going to likely save them a lot of money in taxes over time. This
is something I read recently, that as people start getting close to retirement age, that and you mentioned a Roth IRA. So a Roth IRA, you pay your taxes ahead of time so that it's tax-free, or it's at the end when it's time to draw money out of it. The best time to wait to do that is after you've retired and your annual income has gone down, puts you in a different tax bracket. And now consult your CPA, because right. I'm not a certified planning CPA accountant. But that made sense to me. That I thought, well, maybe I'll do a Roth IRA and
I tell you, all of my clients that are retired, 100% of them tell me, I wish I would have put more money into a Roth, right? But the tax savings on the front end is attractive, and so it's the trade-off. But
sure.
My recommendation is just, the main thing is have enough money to live your entire life, and everything else can very likely be planned for if you didn't get to do that strategy.
If someone wanted to reach out and talk strategy, at least when it comes to wealth management, how can they reach Phillip Washington Jr.?
Best way is stonehillwealthmanagement.com. That's stonehillwealthmanagement.com.
Hey, we're 3 days away from Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Is your shopping done?
My shopping actually is done, yes.
There you go.
I try to shop early because crowds and me, we don't get along.
Merry Christmas to you and to Kelly and the entire Washington family. And we do this every Friday. Let's do it again next week.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Steve.